There are some kinds of pain that don't come from strangers. Some heartbreak doesn't come from relationships, or friendships, or betrayal by someone you dated. Some pain comes from the one person who was supposed to love you more than anyone else in the world. Your MO. Growing up, my world wasn't perfect, but I had one thing I believed in. Her. My mother wasn't rich. She wasn't powerful. She wasn't perfect. But to me, she was everything. She was the person who held my hand when I was scared. The person who told me I mattered. The person who told me I could be anything. She used to say, "I would never hurt you. You're my whole world." And I believed her. I believed every word. I grew up thinking, no matter what happens in life, I'll always have her. That was my biggest mistake. When I was younger, everything looked like care. She chose my friends. She chose what I wore. She chose what I did. If I ever disagreed, she cried. Not yelled. Cried. She'd say, "If you loved me, you'd listen. If you really cared, you wouldn't hurt me like this." So I grew up thinking, love means sacrificing yourself. Love means obeying. Love means never upsetting the person you care about. I didn't realize it then, but she wasn't protecting me. She was controlling me. And she called it love. As I got older, things changed. She didn't stop loving control. She just stopped hiding it. Suddenly, everything I did was wrong. Everything I wanted was selfish. Everything I dreamed of was stupid. If I wanted independence, I was ungrateful. If I wanted my own life, I was abandoning her. She'd look at me with disappointed eyes and say, "I didn't raise you to hurt me like this." And I'd feel guilty, because she wasn't screaming. She wasn't hitting. She wasn't violent. She was broken, and I felt like I caused it. So I stayed longer than I should have, sacrificed more than I should have, esteemed myself more than I ever expected to. Eventually, an opportunity came, something that could change my life, a future, a career, a chance to finally build something of my own. I told her, hoping she'd be proud, hoping she'd smile, hoping she'd say, "I always believed in you." Instead, she cried, but not sad tears, manipulation tears. She said, "So you're leaving me? So you're going to live your life while I stay alone? So after everything I did for you, this is how you repay me?" And that sentence, it haunted me. After everything I did for you. Suddenly, my success felt like betrayal. My dreams felt like selfishness. And I broke. I had two options: choose my future, or choose her approval. And I chose her. I stayed. I gave up the opportunity. I threw away something life-changing, because she convinced me that love meant sacrifice. She said, "You did the right thing. One day you'll thank me." I smiled, but I died a little, and that little never stopped growing. Years passed, not days, not weeks, years, and I wasn't living. I was existing. My dreams faded. My happiness faded. My confidence disappeared. But she was fine. Happy. Comfortable. Content. Because she didn't lose anything. I did. And whenever I started to feel sad, she'd say, "You have me. Isn't that enough? You're lucky. Other people have it worse." So I started believing that hurting was normal, that unhappiness was expected, that sacrifice was my purpose. Until one day, my body finally reacted before my mind did. I woke up and felt nothing. Not sadness, not anger, not fear, nothing. An EMP. Tennis isn't peaceful. It's terrifying because it means you've stopped hoping. Then something happened. A conversation with someone. A moment of silence. A random thought. I don't even remember what triggered it. But one day I realized, if she truly loved me, she wouldn't want me miserable. If she truly cared, she wouldn't want me chained. If she truly valued me, she wouldn't need to break me to keep me. What she called love was possession. What she called care was control. What she called sacrifice was emotional manipulation. And for the first time, I saw her not as my mother, but as a person, a deeply flawed person, who hurt me, even if she called it love. One evening, I finally said it. I want my life back. Not loud, not angry, just honest. She froze. Then she panicked, because losing control felt worse to her than losing me. She cried. She accused. She shouted. She said I was heartless. She said I was cruel. She said I used her. Then she said the sentence that finally broke me completely. I should have never had you. That destroyed me. Not because use it was loud, but because it was honest. That's how she truly felt. Not love. Not sacrifice. Ownership. People think you just leave. No. You don't just leave the person. You leave the version of yourself they created. You leave the guilt. You leave the manipulation. You leave the identity you were forced into. It hurts. It feels wrong. It feels like betrayal. But staying is slow death. And I had already died inside enough. So I left. Quietly. Without yelling. Without drama. Just left. Healing didn't feel heroic. It felt like learning to walk again. Learning to breathe again. Learning to exist without guilt. Some days I miss the idea of her. Not the reality. The idea. The fantasy. The version of her I wanted her to be. But I'm finally living. Finally choosing. Finally existing for myself. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I matter. Not because someone needs me. Not because someone controls me. Not because someone guilt me into staying. But because I chose myself. And that is something no one can take away now. Sometimes I still think about her. Sometimes I still wonder. Was I wrong? Was I selfish? Was I cruel? Should I have stayed? Or was leaving the first time in my life that I truly understood what love is supposed to be. I don't know. So I'm asking you, if the person who raised you is the same person breaking you, are you wrong for saving yourself? Tell me what you would have done.